was you. You made me do those things.
Someone put them there for a reason.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. The plot of Westworld ended by turning completely around and returning to Dolores and the theme park of Westworld, which was where the story had started. But this time, she was fully in charge, had a significant hand in constructing the universe, and was presumably able to shape the narrative for herself and those who were similar to her. Fans are interested in seeing what the 5th season of the show holds after so many loose ends were wrapped up, assumed deaths were announced, and explosive moments came to a peak. 1. Is William really gone for good? William, one of the best cowboy characters in film and TV history, was killed at the end of Season 3, but as Season 4 proved, no one is really gone until they are really gone. He returned, crucified in a chamber of sorts, while his host form went about impersonating him and living his life. However, a final moment between him and Charlotte led to his death, thanks to Bernard setting things up perfectly for Charlotte. She not only killed William but cut open his skull, removed his control unit, and crushed it in her bare hands, turning it to dust. This suggests that William, and any possibility of him coming back in the same body or otherwise, is gone. With that said, it wouldn't be surprising if William kept a spare, duplicate version of his control unit somewhere. Never say never with Westworld. Thus, fans may wonder if this may not be the last they have seen of the villainous character, or at least some form of him. 2. Can the Sublime be reopened? When deciding to undergo one last test and take on the responsibility of creating a new world, Dolores, aka Christina, is seen doing things that result in the closure of the passageway to the Sublime. The dead hosts are kept here in a state that makes them appear to be alive and well, able to continue living happy lives. However, no one has really been there to observe what is actually happening, at least not for the amount of time that has been shown in recent episodes of the series. Fans are intrigued about how or when a route will reopen in Season 5, as well as whether or not other hosts will be allowed to enter the Sublime. 3. Will Caleb somehow survive? One of the finest characters added after Season 1 of Westworld, Caleb, did not die in Season 4 as anticipated by viewers. However, it was hinted that he was not expected to live very long based on his symptoms and the history of earlier host versions who were brought back in the same way. However, there's always a possibility that Dolores could find a way to save him, or at least continue to keep bringing him back until she figures it out or has motivation to do so. His control unit was seemingly not destroyed, which means even if his current body form perishes, he could be brought back again in some capacity. 4. What happens to Frankie? After bidding her father farewell in tears, fans last saw Frankie leaving for a hidden safe haven with her partner. It's uncertain if she and the other outliers will survive in Dolores' new reality or if they even do. The character's role in Season 5's plot has fans wondering whether it will or whether the outliers will just continue to live outside of Dolores' ideas for a brand new world. Frankie and Dolores haven't actually met yet, so the narrative may be fascinating. 5. Is Maeve going to be brought back? It took Bernard 23 years below to find Maeve and revive her. She can obviously be killed repeatedly, but as long as her control unit is still functional, she can also be revived. In the most recent incident, she was shot in the head by Charlotte and placed in water. She was presumably beyond saving. It's feasible that Dolores may stumble upon Maeve's body and decide to resuscitate the old friend given the new reality, and the fact that she knew Maeve and once considered her an ally. Dolores needs someone she can completely trust now that Charlotte is gone and there is nothing standing in their path. That person could very well be Maeve, resurrected. 6. Can Bernard be resurrected? Bernard spent years in a hotel room, tapping into the future and viewing every possible outcome of various actions. He came to the conclusion that he would have to sacrifice himself to save the world, or at least a new version of it. He held this information close to his chest and let things play out as he knew they would until he got to the pivotal point. After his most iconic scene in Westworld, being revealed as a host, Bernard became a fan-favorite character, so it makes sense that he would die a hero. He set things up perfectly too, after dying at the hands of Charlotte, give her the opportunity to redeem herself, kill William, and let Dolores take over in her own body. Fans might think Bernard's role is done and he's gone, but it's likely Dolores may find a way to bring back her creator. 7. What is different about Westworld? In the last episode, it is implied that Dolores has chosen to rebuild the world she came to despise in an effort to alter the narrative so that it is more favorable to her and her people. She is shown standing in the same location as in the first Westworld, wearing her old customary blue outfit and wearing her hair up as it was in the beginning. She appears to want to construct the ideal world, which is what William originally intended to achieve. Her plans, however, differ. Fans are interested in learning what may be different in Westworld's narratives and action sequences. They also want to know if old friends like Teddy, Clementine, and Maeve return as well, and if Dolores' version of a perfect world resembles one people want to live in versus Charlotte's world that backfired horribly. 8. Will Charlotte Hale return? One of Westworld's least likable characters, Charlotte, is last seen sitting by the lake in her artificial form. She reveals her control unit as she opens her face, which she seizes and crushes into dust with her palm. It is assumed that Charlotte has left. She has given Christina Dolores memories, perspective, and motivation so that she might make one last effort to create a better world. However, Charlotte has managed to repeatedly reappear after being missing on multiple occasions. Fans are interested to see whether Dolores may invite her back to collaborate with her on her plans to create a better world now that she has a rekindled passion and a less wicked outlook. Bind, what's the one final test? There isn't much information available regarding Dolores' goals, despite the fact that fans are aware that her ultimate test involves building a world similar to the first one she ever knew, the WESTWORLD amusement park. Fans are interested in seeing what she has planned. What is her vision for humans in the park, and will it host them? She would naturally prefer the hosts to have the power rather than humans. But how can she manage this while still working to strike the ideal balance so that the two entities may coexist, with the hosts having the upper hand? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to